For the Unit 1, Part 1 review, we're just going to review solving equations, and this will be set up just like your test. This is a good review for that. For number 1, we just have a two-step equation. First, we're going to subtract our 8. And we have 6x equals 30. Then to get x by itself, we're going to divide by 6. And x would be 5. For number 2, it's also a two-step equation. The only difference is we threw a negative in here on the 11. So we're still going to subtract the 3 from both sides. And we have 7x equals, since these are both negative numbers, we keep the sign negative, and we add the 11 and 3, getting 14. To get x by itself, we divide by 7, and x equals negative 2. For 3 and 4, both of these problems are clearing the fraction problems. In number 3, you should see that you have 3 terms. So 1, 2, 3. Our denominator is a 3, so we are going to multiply each term by 3. And in the fraction, we can go ahead and cancel these 3's out, leaving you with x. And then we have 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. And 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. For this, we would go ahead and do the opposite of minus 15. We would add 15 to both sides. And x would equal 3. For number 4, we only have 2 terms, so this entire fraction is considered one term. And then we have the other term is 5. So we would multiply this side by 2 and this side by 2. These cancel. And you are left with x minus 6. This is saying 5 times 2, which is 10. And then you can add 6 to both sides and get 16. Okay, for number 5, and in this one we have the distributive property. So we need to distribute or multiply by negative 5. And that would be a negative 10x. And then a negative 5 times negative 1 is positive 5 equals negative 15. So now this problem is very similar to number 1 and number 2. Okay, so just for reference, you go back and look at 1 and 2. You can subtract the 5 from both sides and get negative 10x equals negative 20. Then divide by negative 10. So since we're using division rules, a negative divided by a negative is a positive, and 20 divided by 10 is 2. For number 6, to get the 9x to the other side, we're going to subtract it. And we also talked about in notes how we always go from the right side to the left side. So we're going to subtract the 9 with its like term 11. If we subtract 11 and 9, we get 2x equals 14. And then our last step is just to divide by 2. So x is 7. Okay. Number 7, if we look at the left side, we see that we have like terms here, 13 and negative 8, or minus 8x. So we combine first, and we just do what it says, 13 minus 8. And that gives us 5x. Minus 12 equals 13. And then this is like number 1 again, a two-step equation. So we're going to add 12, and 5x equals 25. And then our last step, divide by 5, and x equals 5. Okay. The last one for this particular video, for number 8, we're going to also have to clear the fraction. This one is very similar to number 3 up here. So in number 8, your denominator is a 4. You need to multiply all the terms by 4. Since these are the same, they divide to be 1, or we say cancel out. And you are left with 3x. 4 times 6 is 24, and 4 times 12 is 48. So now we solve it like number 1 again, and we subtract 24, and we get 3x equals 24. Divide by 3, x equals 8.